Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite morning breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to your very exciting episode of your favorite show, Wake Up Nigeria. Whose do you prefer?
What is this competition? It's too early, all right? But it's all good. Hey, you guys, you know what it is? You viewers are the heart of our show. You are the reason we're here. And whatever we do is absolutely just for you guys, for your viewing pleasure. So sit back and enjoy the next 2 hours, shall we?
Yes, of course. Now, well said, Rosina.
Thank you very much.
I'm super energized. We have exciting content coming to you this morning. So just sit back, relax, just as he said, as we unveil what we've got for you.
But first, guys, let's go check out the, the other partner that we have, Mr. Mike. Don't worry, he's going to join us very soon. You guys will be excited to see him too, just as we are. He's got his beard all trimmed and everything. He's putting those final touches to his look. Let's put it like that.
And of course, we definitely have an amazing show ahead. I'm super excited to get started. Are you ready?
Yes, 100% is how I'm ready. Are you? Let's get started already, shall we? My name is Mazino Appeal.
My name is Winfrey Agbeleshe. Remember, you can watch the show live on GOTV channel 16 and on UHF channel 14.
Stream it live as well if you want, tvcentertainment.tv. And also remember that you can also have the app with you guys. You carry it with you every place. All you need to do is download it on Android or iOS store at your convenience.
Now, of course, so what we have for you this morning, we will be celebrating everyone born in the month of September. September is slowly coming to an end.
People like we promised, presenting Mr. Mike Mexicano.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Nkwobi. Thinking of the Nkwobi the guy was doing there. I mean, I like that when I saw yesterday, I first thought about that. Why would it be cuisine from his place or something? You know, but it's making himself unique. Having to see somebody from outside shows you how well our cuisine is doing around the world. And that is a very big thing. I mean, when people go out and say, I want to eat Thai, people just go, I want to eat Nigerian.
Exactly.
So that's cool. You know, just step outside the country and say, oh, I want to eat Nigeria.
What's your best foreign food? If I was to ask you, what's
I don't enjoy foreign food.
Mike, expose more.
No.
Come on, man.
What is foreign food? Okay. Pasta is foreign food, yeah?
Okay, I guess, but no. But if I was to say, Mike, any country, any foreign food what country would you go to just because of it?
Of their food.
Yes.
I'll go to the continent of Asia.
Asia, huh?
I'll have it
all the raw, this and that, everything raw.
Everything.
You see, it's well known that I'm not that adventurous because the few times I try something, my just oh God.
That's your mind. You have to open your mind.
Okay, so
You have to open your mind.
I have a dream. Now, most people would say, Mazino, why? But I want to go to India because of its food. Not the street food, because you all see those videos in... Not that one. But India has the widest range of foods you could ever imagine.
And spices.
From the haram to the halal, I want to eat every single Indian meal. I love the spices. I love the way they combine this and that and everything.
Because Indians, they have the most, the variety of the way they prepare chicken. There's masala, there's what's the name? I've seen different types all over. They prepare it in different ways. And someone can eat chicken for like a very long time, but it's in different ways because of the way the spices and all that. It all looks quite different. So India.
That's my dream. That's what I want to do. India, yes. Plus, there's so many historical places there I want to go to.
Or Senegal, Jolo. I don't know. African food.
African foods are generally mostly same until you cross Central Africa into South Africa.
South, yeah.
What's mostly it's rather
South Africa
same.
Meat, right?
Biltong. It's called. There's this animal. It's kudu, and then when it's made to jerky, it's called biltong. I think I might be wrong, but it's like your what they call the tinko, the dried meat and everything.
Kilishi, yeah.
Kilishi, exactly. So, but it's like when you go to the movies and see and have popcorn, they have biltong.
And that's why.
Their diet is responsible for the way they look.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
There's a lot of meat around there.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll get to that age.
Funny story. I went over and I asked, can I have a burger? Like, Burger. Like, like that thing. Like, oh, you mean bigger? I'm like, why are you pronouncing the difference? What would you do? Where would you go?
Sure, go to
Yeah.
Asia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, you said
I,
that.
anyways, I like the way food actually translates culture and how you can literally see this food and say, okay, fine, it's from these people. And it actually has a lot to do with their way of life, not just even based on probably the climates, their location, and all of that. All of that influences the type of foods they eat and the way they prepare it as well. So, yeah, I definitely would like to go on a tour around the world.
You guys have eaten oyster before?
I have.
Oysters.
Don't do- I will never do it again.
Octopus.
I'll never do
Like
it.
get mine. I go chop oyster. The experimentals.
Alligators.
In any case, tell us where you'd go to just because of the food. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let's do the weather now, some news, and then we kick off right into the meat of things for Wake Up Nigeria.
It's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messikeno. In Kaduna, at least 6 people have been killed by armed terrorists in the Takanai community of Atyap Chiefdom, Zango Kataf local government area of Kaduna State. A relentless wave of violence continues to grip the region, casting a long dark shadow of fear and uncertainty. Our correspondent Lupa Asom reports.
A somber cloud has settled on the once serene village of Takanai, located within the Atyap Chiefdom of Zango Kataf local government area of Kaduna State. 6 individuals, including 2 innocent children, fell victim to a recent act of terror perpetrated by suspected armed bandits. This assault, which took place on Tuesday night, stands as the most recent in a string of brutal attacks on communities within the state. Reports indicate that the assailants infiltrated the village around 7 p.m. Samson Marcos, the acting secretary to the district head of the community, recounted that the terrorists indiscriminately unleashed gunfire, claiming the lives of 4 individuals in one compound and 2 in another. Heartbreakingly, among the casualties were 2 children. This incident closely follows a prior attack just 5 days ago in Kaura, where a woman lost her life and 2 of her children were abducted. This serves as a solemn reminder of the pressing need for unified efforts to ensure the safety and security of communities in Kaduna State. As Takanai and its neighboring communities grapple with this heart-wrenching tragedy, profound questions emerge. How can we protect the sanctity of life in a time where such brutal acts disrupt the peace? This is a query that resonates not only in rural communities in Kaduna State, but reverberates in the hearts of all who yearn for a nation liberated from such violence. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
The Enugu Police Command has paraded 92 suspected criminals arrested between August 16 and September 25 this year. The command also rescued 12 kidnapped victims from various parts of Enugu within the period under review. Bamidele Ajayi has more.
Among the suspects paraded is one Kelechi Okpara, a security man in a house in Trans-Ekulu Estate, Enugu, with his brother for allegedly conspiring his brother's master's mother-in-law, his nanny, and his little baby. The command revealed Kelechi and his brother, who is now at large, took the victim to an unknown destination, demanded and received a ransom of 3 million naira.
Local government area.
He says the suspect used the proceeds to buy a Toyota car, which was later recovered upon his arrest at Ezemanike boundary by police operatives with the assistance of the Neighborhood Watch group.
And as a matter of fact, on the 30th of June 2023, at about 7 p.m., together with their cohorts that we are now looking out for, they had adopted a male victim in his ML 350 Mercedes-Benz Jeep at Trans-Ekulu, Enugu. They took this victim to an obscure location in Ogui.
Command revealed that other suspects were arrested for cultism, robbery, murder, kidnapping, and unlawful possession of firearms.
As we are making remarkable progress in tackling violent crimes of kidnapping, armed robbery, and other criminal activities, substantive elements. However, I want to assure the good people of Enugu State and visitors that we remain committed to ensure that maximum security and tranquility are maintained in the state.
The command assured the residents of their commitment to the security of lives and property in the state. Items recovered from them include 4 AK-47 rifles, 66 firearms of different caliber, 333 live ammunition, 25 vehicles, charms and phones. Bamidele Ajayi, TVC News, Enugu.
Welcome, what's up and about? Welcome, company. Halt, company, halt. Show of hands if you went to boarding school.
I think, oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
You went to boarding school and seminary too.
Yeah.
Seminary was your boarding school.
You
Wasn't
had
it?
school for that. You had school.
You had to.
Yeah, you
Didn't
had to. You had school son. You had school son.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so something arose on social media where a woman said, if you send your children to boarding schools where they are at 30 weeks out of every single year, then you're a bad parent. She says it's a case of bad parenting, no questions asked. Because she feels that, I mean, you're just delegating your duties as a parent to, I mean, just go, I beg, don't disturb me. I also heard in this conversation that there are boarding schools even for toddlers, kids as young as 3 years old. I didn't go to a boarding school. I have a totally different preference for that sort of education. I do not like the idea
Of boarding school.
So as I generally say, I think day parents begat day parents and boarding parents begat boarding
parents.
Yeah, because
my sister as well. My sister she went to day school all her life. She's like, never is she ever going to do it.
But you are going to kick your kids to boarding school.
Straight Get out of here. Straight up. Like, I'm not even going to think about it twice. Because I believe...
You know, you have that thing that to train you for life, and that's what a lot of people think.
But did it train you for life?
To be
It sets
honest,
you up
I
for
feel it depends on the child. I believe that is why day school exists, that's why boarding school exists. Because you just need to know, okay, which one child
suits which
exactly
child.
suits what child. I would say it did train me for life. I'm more responsible.
Are you sure you would not have been responsible if you had gone to a day school?
I mean, look at how I
To be
turned out.
very honest, I think I thrive better in structure. And I don't know if that's because of the fact that I went to boarding school. Because my boarding school is very structured.
Yeah.
From, like, I wake up by 5 a.m. Like, I used to wake up by 5 a.m. from school and all of that. On the weekends, we're not just lazing around. We had labor, we had sports. So I even think the fact that I even enjoy, like, working out right now is because every Saturday, right from when I was 11, I used to wake up to go
How old were you? 11 was when you were kicked out the house?
11, like, yes, 11, 10,
11?
11, thereabout.
Wow. How old were you?
10.
10, you were 10.
Yeah, from since I was 10 up until now, I think that's when I left the house. So I spent less time at home.
At home.
And I think it could have some drawbacks. I think there are pros and cons on both sides.
What's the relationship like with you and your siblings or your parents?
So that's the thing now. I tell people that I grew up in an extended family. So
yeah,
we had at least at every point in time 13, 14, 15 people in the house. And there was a kind of camaraderie, aunties, uncles, cousins, people coming in and going out. I miss that a lot. I don't say it so much. I love being alone. I've learned how I understand.
So I think boarding school does that as well.
Yes, I learned how to be comfortable with myself. But when I think back, I just miss the camaraderie, you know. And so that's, you know, that thing. And that's what you miss when you go to boarding school.
Do you really miss it when you get to boarding school?
Yes, because you see, there's something
It's
about...
different for you, isn't it?
So for me, yeah, like you said, structure, and that's a big thing. You learn it from an early age.
Yeah.
You have a wake-up time. You are disciplined from...
Discipline.
Okay, so you imbibe discipline.
You imbibe discipline in such a way, and
But I also
you have a feel of what the outside world is
going to be like.
Going
So
to
you're
be like, because
training
your parents are not there. Nobody's there to... Yes, you might have some people who might cuddle you, make you feel, but nobody's there. Like you, it hits you as
You're not
early as
being
possible.
babied around
You're not being babied around. Of course, some schools take it too far. We've heard of some things that were not unsavory and all of that. But I would say that it does have its own unique
Some
advantages.
people say that it builds you up to be the hustler that you need to be in a country like Nigeria.
We can't say...
But then there are other
can't
people
be
who
said
also
to be
say
so.
that it's responsible for most of the trauma that adults
Facts.
go through.
100% facts.
Yeah, true.
100% facts.
I feel it gives you that idea of timing as well. Like, you know, with every time, I don't know why it's because I went to an Air Force boarding school now. Every time I knew what I was meant to be doing at a particular time. So I literally calculate, even now, my days in timing. From this time to this time, I'm meant to be here doing this at this time and everything. However, and then it also fills up the gaps and the lapses, right? So for instance, now, if you're in a day school, sometimes after school, your kids might literally wander. You just go and play or with friends, or do you understand? Just go and all of that. But then again, if you're in boarding school, you know, after school, you have to go for lunch. After lunch, you go to the quarters. From the quarters, you wash your uniform, you do all those personal
what
stuff.
about the cases of people who come back from boarding school more timid than they were when they went out?
And
Because
there
the
are
cases
drawbacks,
of
yeah.
bullying and nobody to actually give you that sense of recuperation, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
If you were bullied in a day school, you got to come back home and talk to your parents or cousins or whoever it was. But in a boarding school, you were bullied till 12 midnight.
No,
and
it
they wake up in the
depends.
morning again and then you go
I
through all
feel
of it.
it depends as well. on the type of boarding. It's not just enough
type,
to just say, okay, fine, boarding school. You have to go and do the necessary checks, right? For my school, for instance, bullying, brutalization was frowned upon terribly and heavily.
Why? That doesn't make it an Air Force boarding school now.
It's not even a matter of boarding school. I was bullied from primary school.
Why? Because of your big ears. Oh, you're still being bullied
everything.
now.
Because of a whole lot of things. And you see, I think it does that.
That will
It gives
carry
you a
pots
tough
back
skin.
you.
It gives you a tough skin. Like
It
now,
does,
there's
doesn't it?
barely anything you can say to me that you get. There's nothing I've not
noticed,
heard.
yes.
There's really nothing
Did
I've
you,
not
did
heard.
you
and I
guys
don't
see this video
react to that.
of Michael Blackson? Talking
Oh,
about
that guy's
it
terrible.
was hilarious. He was talking to bad guys about how he was bullied or how he was racially
He
abused.
never knew he was black until he got to America.
But he did it so much so that there's nothing you tell him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that thick skin, in some ways, people deal with different things different ways. That is why when people talk about therapy and all of that, as much is necessary. As a country, we need to be more open to the idea of therapy. But you see, people heal in different ways. People react to different things in different ways. We've heard things like, oh, somebody passed on, nobody, you cannot post an emoji. What are you saying? I know some people that were so tired that, my point is that we are unique as individuals. And in different ways, different things come out. For boarding school, for instance, we had we had to study 2 times a day. We had afternoon prep and night prep. You had to read. And so even if you were faking it, a book had to be open in front of you.
Exactly.
And you had to sit over it.
You see, so the thing is, it's great.
And at home, if Rain wanted to, something happened and maybe she was reading and she felt some way, oh, daddy, I can't play.
No.
It didn't happen in boarding school.
No. So this is the difference. I went to a day school. I, however, have that discipline. And I also try to inculcate, I do inculcate that into my daughter. And she has it already. She knows the time to eat, time to play, time to, I have a video of her, and I'm going to show it to you guys after now, of me getting her back from school late. Guess what she was doing in the playground? Her assignments. I was shocked, amazed. I was like, I don't deserve this child. Honestly. But for me, I understand boarding schools as an apparatus for structure. But then again, what ills does it do to your relationship, especially with parents?
With the kids.
Exactly,
What I would say to that is, for instance, now, so I'm off to boarding house for let's say 2-3 months. When I come back, my parents that's family time. So, and great things are while I'm home as well, other children are home. So we're having people over, having all that family time and good. So it's just good. It also gives me a structure of there's time for school, there's time for home, there's time for everything.
What's your preference? What do you think? Do you have kids the age of 10 and 11 who are about to, go into secondary school? What are you going to do? What are your considerations? Do let us know. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Would like to know. We'll be back. And you're welcome. It's time for the papers. Let's let you guys know what headlines to expect when you pick up a daily this morning. I've got Mr. Mike, Mr. Keno here with me. So together, let's delve into the headlines, shall we?
Yeah.
We're starting from the Daily Trust this morning. Front center for Daily Trust. Headline here, why Nigeria lost 2025 AFCON bid to Morocco. Mike is going to be very interested in this one. Economy not hosting our priority rep committee chair. We weren't strong contenders, says Lubumba, and event would have brought fortune, says Kofa Sauri. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's for me, it's we only have one stadium that is well maintained. One stadium.
That is standard. That's a world-class standard. Which one? One in Abuja?
Abuja. Abuja that they've
Left for
demolished, they've ravaged, and it's God knows. Uyo, that's the only stadium, just one. So think about if we were to host a tournament, and that means that you either start building new stadiums and start one very serious innovation. Why would we do it for a special occasion when at one point we had 8, 9, 10, we've hosted the Junior World Cup. We had stadiums all around. What happened to them? Maintenance culture. Terrible. Now zero. Go look at Surulere. At one time, that was the pride of the nation. Go and look at it. It is literally falling apart.
It is indeed.
And this is endemic in the way that it's not just sports, it's how we are as a
It's our culture, unfortunately.
Understand? So it was a long time. It was coming. Why would you want to go? I mean, but what do you have on ground? So
Very
like you said, the committee are saying that the economy is the priority. Hopefully,
But the economy could use that kind of...
It could. But I mean, look at 1,000 now. the way it's going now, man, let them focus on the economy. We won't focus on it.
Let's. Malud governors can Abbas preach unity, peaceful coexistence. This was from yesterday. Thank you very much, everybody, for being peaceful. That's grand. And also, let's see, a vehicle import at tin can drops from 32,000 to 400 in 5 years. Why would that happen? Why would that happen? Exactly.
Will people buy more Nigeria used? Because with
fuel subsidy removal.
Exactly. So the import duties, the borders were open, and I was thinking that will make the cars cheaper because, of course, import duty and tax will drop. But with the naira depreciating so much, we don't. I mean, Innocent, there's not. How many brands do we have here?
Can they produce the capacity?
Exactly. Would we patronize them as, to make them, so there's quite a lot there. And I think maybe people will buy more Nigerian used cars so that they would avoid the duties and taxes that they have to pay with bringing cars in. I don't know.
Well, Mike, let's move on now to the Guardian newspaper. Lax PIA implementation leaves NNPCL, NUPCRC, NMDPRA in disarray. And diesel may trade for 1,500 naira per litre as oil prices spike. Industries, businesses are beginning to fold, they say, because of the inability of business owners to actually continue to run their business using diesel. I have word of radio stations, which is, when that happens, it is dire straits. Radio stations cutting down their on-air time because they cannot power 24 hours because of lack of diesel or inability to purchase diesel. Because of the cost.
Dude, from being a kid, can you remember the companies that used to be in the country that are no longer there? When we pass Ikeja, you pass some places, all you see are more properties that remind you of, oh, this company was once here.
Apapa is a ghost town of all the companies that used to be.
You understand? And you some of them, you can see the insignia, maybe it's washed out or it's fallen somewhere. Oh, this company was once here. It is fact that 90 to 95% of the reason why they left was power generation. It's just been going up. If you want to power a factory or something, it's not fuel, it's diesel. Look at the cost now.
1,500 they say. That's really sad. More papers here. The Nation newspaper. INEC insecurity threatens a November 11 governorship polls. Youth unwilling to work in ad hoc capacity, says National Commissioner. At the top of the Nation, next said the governor must respect monarchy. There's been plenty of talk about monarchy in government. We had the recent instance of the ex-president and the monarchs, the Yoruba monarchs.
But God, I don't know, should we take a leaf from the UK, the British and all of that? Democracy and monarchy, how can they work together?
Has it worked in their case? Well, apparently. It would seem that there's discord between the people and monarchy.
So should we assimilate? We have 3 tiers of government. There's a federal, there's a state, and the local. Should we assimilate the monarchy into some form of a local government as a 4th tier, so that we understand that they are responsible for something? Because there's always that thing. Because I mean, like you said, there are rules. So, for instance, the Oba, or if somebody does something in the community, who is this person responsible to? Is it to the police if it's a crime, or is it to
the local leader?
The local leaders and all of that. Are they clearly defined? Is there clearly defined structure? So some way, with the monarchy and all that, we should find a way. Maybe inculcate it, make it a 4th tier of government, find a way and put it where it belongs.
Reasonable, absolutely reasonable. 48 hours rain to pound FCT, Edo, Kwara, 22 states, says Nimet, as they alert citizens. 48 hours of rain. Are we ready for that?
How's Festac? How's the road? How the road?
It's a terrible state.
What is happening? The other time was Ogba and all of that, and people are complaining. There's a particular road I don't take, and so when I hear people calling to shows and all of that, and they say it's depreciating and all of that, what is happening to our roads? And with the rains, it is not like you literally see one small pothole and you go back
2 days later.
Sometimes it's even 1 day. You come and this is not a wide though.
It goes back to what you said in the start with the stadium's maintenance culture, 0 in Nigeria. Final newspaper here, the Punch newspaper. Labour faults FG's meeting, insists on indefinite strike. Any fresh meeting won't stop us. It is going to be mother of all strikes, they say. Labour union vows. FG says new meeting date will be announced. TUC asks government to account for subsidy removal savings. It was Mary I had this conversation with here on Monday, and we talked about the relevance of strikes, whether it is actually going to help at all.
Are they making any impact in any way?
Exactly. If we're trying to heal the economy and strikes are trying to paralyze the economy, it's kind of like a
It is. It's, you're trying to make them understand that, look, hey, let's maybe our demands. A lot of the times, they're agitating for demands for promises that were made. That's what they say, and that these promises have not been fulfilled.
Well, the government have shifted ground, have fulfilled a few of their demands.
Of their demands.
So we're hoping that, let's just...
They come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Love that.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mike,
Right,
Mr.
yeah,
Sikano. Thank you very much for sticking around. Well, do stick around some more because we have the very delectable Winfrey inside of the kitchen with our chef. And today I hear it's going to be something very interesting. Winfrey, please, how's it going in there?
It's going really well, really well. And I have a chef here with me today for the first time on Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria Kitchen. And now he came all the way from Lebanon. He is Chef Mohammed. However, I'm seeing some uziza, some palm oil. Please, Chef Mohammed, can you explain to me what exactly is happening in front of me right now?
Good morning, guys. My name is Chef Mohammed, as we spoke. We are cooking today for you fisherman soup.
Fisherman soup. Okay.
With semo.
With semo. I was expecting to hear something Lebanese, some wrap or something. So tell me what's happening. Why are we doing this instead of that?
So let's be more tradition with some twist. You know, Nigerian food it has many delicious food and fresh ingredients and fresh items. So why we don't go for it and we uplift it? So.
That's very interesting. Okay, I see a lot of pepper here too. You like pepper?
Pepper.
Pepper.
It's very good.
It's very good. Okay, so tell me, what ingredients do we need to bring our fisherman soup to life?
Let's start with our prawns.
Okay.
A fish. I'm using today barracuda, some crab, sea snails, uzuza leaf, periwinkles, onion, Maggi, salt, cocoyam.
Okay.
Red and yellow pepper. You know, I like to use as well yellow pepper because the yellow pepper will give you like more this
flavor,
aroma, this twist. Palm oil and our semo
and
powder.
semo for the side. Okay, nice. So now tell me, what method? Is there a special method you're using, or what's the preparatory method for this dish?
Yes, it has a small twist.
Okay.
You know, I don't like to waste my items, so as well, I'm using my shrimp and my prawns head to give this extra aroma inside my soup.
Oh, okay.
And we are using cocoyam as a thickener.
Okay.
Some people doesn't like to use crab. It's optional, the crab, let's say. It's optional. It's not mandatory. But otherwise, everything is good.
Everything is good. Okay, nice. So now for the soup, what do we start with? How do we cook it?
I'm starting in two parallel way. I'm putting my shrimp head on fire, and I'm putting my fish as well with the water.
Okay.
So let it start to boil. We'll have, yes.
Okay, great. And after that, what goes in next?
After that, the prawns. After that, we'll put the water, and after we put our crayfish.
Crayfish.
Salt, Maggi.
Palm oil.
And pepper.
And pepper. Okay, so we're going to be crushing the pepper and the onions. We're going to be blending that
100%.
later on. Okay, amazing. Now tell me, what was your first interaction with Nigerian food?
My first meal that I cooked, it was amala.
That you ate in Nigeria?
As well that I ate.
Amala. And after then, it was like...
I fell in love,
you fell in love and never went back. Amazing. And you've been cooking Nigerian dishes for how long now?
Let's say for 5 years.
For 5 years. Is that how long you've been in Nigeria as well? Oh, amazing. Okay, now I don't think... How many dishes do you think you cook? How many local dishes?
All the dishes. There's no exception.
So jollof rice.
Yes, jollof rice is a small thing.
It's a small thing.
I like many things.
Nice. Amazing. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so now let's start. Where do we start from? We have to get going,
yes.
because our fisherman soup needs to be on the way. So we have our pots.
So let's start with...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, in case you're just joining us, I'm still here with Chef Mohammed. He's literally getting on to making a fisherman soup this morning. We had our ingredients on our screen earlier, and then maybe we'll go through that right now one more time, because we have our onion here. We have our seasoning cubes, our salt, Our cookiam
So-
thickening. We have our pepper, yellow and red.
So
And
first of all, guys,
Yes.
we are starting with our
the prawn head.
prawn head.
Okay. So no need to throw that away. So everything is
Yeah.
going in.
You know, all
Yes.
the flavors are inside, so
Yes.
it's very important
Very important.
to extract all the flavor from our ingredients.
For the ingredient. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So
And-
just the heads for starters,
Yes.
right? And some onions.
Some onions for
Okay.
extra flavor.
Extra
Some
flavor.
water now.
Yes. Okay. Okay, how much water do we need? Lots of water or just a little water?
Not too much.
Not too much water, okay. Oh, just a little, just for it
yes.
to simmer.
For it to boil. And now, we give it a small stir. And we let it boil.
Let it boil. All right, amazing. Okay, so now we literally have to go on a break, but Chef Mohammed is still here, and we'll be back in the kitchen in no time at all. So do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Happy birthday to all of you. Now let's head over to Chef Mohammed and Winfrey. Chef Mohammed, how's it going there? How's our fisherman soup
Our
coming up?
fisherman soup is on pot, is on fire.
Nice.
Let's go to the next step now.
Okay.
So tell me, what's happening now? We have
So-
fish on the fire.
So now the fish on the fire, so now it's time to add our onions.
Okay. What next?
Some seasoning cubes. Then crayfish.
Okay.
Okay. Beautiful crayfish.
Lots of crayfish.
A lot of crayfish. For sure, now we will test, and then if we need to add, we will add again.
We'll add, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, the secret of a best chef is when you test your food 1 time, 2 times, after every step that you
Every
cook.
step of the way you
Yes,
taste it.
you need to always test,
need to always taste
to get the perfect
Okay.
combination and perfect test.
Okay.
So now, when you guys were on break, we blend our prawns head.
Prawn head, yes, that actually surprised me. So you actually blended the prawn head
We blend it
with
some pepper.
some pepper, and I smell that.
This is
some
the
yellow,
twist.
some-
Yes, this
Yeah.
is the twist that I was looking for. So
Okay.
now we use our filter
Okay.
to filter it on top of our boiling pot now.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Amazing.
Amazing, and a very, very nice twist. I'll definitely try this method out. And it was true. So now the prawn head is going to give it extra flavor, all going into the soup.
100%.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay.
So this is our amazing twist. So now,
Secret to this recipe.
100%. So now
Cover
we'll
it back.
cover it back. We'll let it boil very well. And then our next step will be adding our prawns, then crab.
The crabs and
Then
snails and all of
we're
that.
moving
And then
forward.
it's literally about almost ready.
100%.
We just wait. Amazing. Okay, so we actually have to go on another break now, and then we're still here, and we have to start prepping for our semo as well.
Yes.
So we have to put water on fire for that one. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, still so much to come right here.
Did my dance skills. I got the skills. Come on, stop. She likes to beef my dance skills. Anyhow, good morning again and welcome viewers. Welcome back to the second hour here, lively morning show to everybody, which we have been presenting since 7 o'clock. We are starting late if you're just joining us. But like I always say, you're welcome, you're late risers.
Of course, and that's right. We're here, and it's been an amazing show so far. We've had so much to do. We've had birthday shout-outs. We've had Chef Mohammed there, of course, in the kitchen making fisherman soup, and so much more. So make sure you sit back because we still have 45 minutes to go, so don't touch it.
We appreciate the fact that you guys support our loyalty to you. Thank you. And that you guys are here whenever we are. Tune in to make sure that you are getting a dose of your daily, very, very interesting morning show. Thank you very much, one and all.
Absolutely, and for so much, thank you again for joining us from all over the world, and make sure you keep it locked
Yeah, bro.
right here. And follow us. My name is Winfrey Egbeleshe.
My name is Mazino Appeal. You perhaps have seen us already on GOTV 16 or UHF 49. Thank you very much. Did you know you could also carry us with you in your pockets on your device? If you choose to, all you need to do is download the device Download the app on your phone. It's available on Apple iStore and, of course, on our Google Play Store. I like the nativity of that scene.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nativity. I like the way that came out. You should be going for food festivals a lot, though. The way all these things they really. Yeah. So
How many of them will you eat?
Exactly. Says the very one who will not explore.
So I just while I was here after the birthday shout out, I just went to a friend's status and I saw this. I said I had to read this out to you. Okay, so it's a guy. So let me context a guy. This morning at the Ekpori bus stop, a man pulled up in his Mercedes Benz and offered me a ride, asking me where I was headed. I was like, I don't know you, sir, but I'm sorry. Please let me decline. Like Lagos be this edge, yo.
Wow.
Maybe because he saw me on khaki, the Benz fine, sha.
Don't you? Is that the end of it?
And then he posts, someone responds, say, he can't still be inside Benz. There are a couple of possible assumptions. He could be a ritualist, he could be gay, he could be a gang lord, or simply a good Samaritan. But the risk is not worth taking.
It's not what they. Don't you watch Kanayo?
Like, he actually could just be a good guy, but you cannot take that risk.
But what if it was different? What if it was a lady, being
right?
given this suggestion? Like, hey, let me. Would it be any different?
How do you ladies do this? Because I know.
How do you measure the risk? How do you say? Because you would offer a lady a ride.
I would, but have you ever offered
More
a lady
than
you've never met or you never known before?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Just simply because you're trying to.
I don't know. So when I used to drive, right, I used to carry people around a lot. I always had my car filled up to and from work. And
Would you just stop with a guy? Have you ever stopped and said, "Hey, gentleman, let me assist you"?
I have stopped and picked up woman, man, old, young. I'm seriously. I do that.
When was this? How many?
That was
years
when
ago?
I was in Abuja. That was.
Abuja is safe. Kanayo is in Lagos. Lagos harvesting organs.
Nice sacrifice.
It won't be any different.
So I
would be I would be scared.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Scared.
It would be odd as a guy offering me a ride.
In fact, now anybody offering anybody a ride.
Well, even people would actually randomly stop people on the road.
Stop. Those ones are brave. Yeah, you have to be brave to just stop people.
Think so. That's the thing. I feel to a very large extent, right? How I actually operate my life is literally I expect the best from people, so I actually don't think to the extreme. To be very honest, I understand that. I believe. See,
this is me telling you outrightly, you can't do that.
I understand that.
You can't always
a lot of
expect
people
the
say
best.
that.
Well, hey, we've
all
all lost faith in humanity. Who's going to save us, I wonder?
Jesus Christ already did.
Anyhow, let's do weather now. Got some news for you, and then we'll be on with the next half of the show.
It's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. Once again, I am Mike Mesikeno. At least 6 people have been killed in Kaduna by armed terrorists in the Takanai community of Atiab Shifdom, a Zango Kataf local government area of Kaduna State. A relentless wave of violence continues to grip the region, casting a long dark shadow of fear and uncertainty. Correspondent Lupa Asom reports.
A somber cloud has settled on the once serene village of Takanai, located within the Atiab Chiefdom of Zango Kataf local government area of Kaduna State. 6 individuals, including 2 innocent children, fell victim to a recent act of terror perpetrated by suspected armed bandits. This assault, which took place on Tuesday night, stands as the most recent in a string of brutal attacks on communities within the state. Reports indicate that the assailants infiltrated the village around 7 p.m. Samson Marcos, the acting secretary to the district head of the community, recounted that the terrorists indiscriminately unleashed gunfire, claiming the lives of 4 individuals in one compound and 2 in another. Heartbreakingly, among the casualties were 2 children. This incident closely follows a prior attack just 5 days ago in Kaura, where a woman lost her life and 2 of her children were abducted. This serves as a solemn reminder of the pressing need for unified efforts to ensure the safety and security of communities in Kaduna State. As Takanai and its neighboring communities grapple with this heart-wrenching tragedy, profound questions emerge. How can we protect the sanctity of life in a time where such brutal acts disrupt the peace? This is a query that resonates not only in rural communities in Kaduna State, but reverberates in the hearts of all who yearn for a nation liberated from such violence. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
Now on to foreign stories. U.S. soldier Travis King, who fled from South to North Korea in July, is in American custody after being expelled by Pyongyang, officials say. According to U.S. media reports, P.T. King was transferred into U.S. custody in China. The 23-year-old reconnaissance specialist illegally crossed into North Korea in July. North Korean media said he had fled because of inhuman treatment and racism within the U.S. military. The senior administration official said on Wednesday that after months of intense diplomacy, P.T. King had been returned to U.S. hands and had spoken to his family. Earlier on Wednesday, North Korea's state-run news agency said the country had decided to remove King without offering further details. King has been in the army since January 2021 and was in South Korea as part of a unit rotation. Before entering North Korea, he had served 2 months in detention in South Korea on charges that he assaulted 2 people and kicked a police car. He was released from custody on the 10th of July. And that's it on the news for today. Now let's head over to the kitchen. Of course, Winfrey has definitely learned how to see the best and still be wise at the same time. Chef Mohammed, what's happening?
Hey, my amazing brother.
Yeah. So we're back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. Chef Mohammed, tell me, what part of this, what part of the journey are we on now?
So my amazing people, now it's time to add our palm oil.
Palm oil,
Yes.
okay.
So we give it a small stir. You see how much it's thick, it's original.
Yeah, original. Original. So I was going to ask, Chef, did you go to any culinary school to learn Nigerian dishes specifically?
No, actually.
How?
Instead of going to culinary school,
Yeah.
I go to some grandmas.
Wow.
They teach me in better way.
They teach you in better ways. So,
So-
you know a lot of Nigerian grandmas.
You can say so, yeah.
Really? So you have a lot of Nigerian friends.
Yes.
Meaning you go to a lot of Nigerian
And
parties.
visit too much Owambe, and chop a lot of food.
Nice, nice. That's
So this
good.
is how we roll.
No, that's how you roll. Okay, how many of Nigerian dances do you know? Let me put you on the spot.
Dances.
Dances, yes.
They try you, not too
You
much. I will try.
You try. Okay. All right, now, so our palm oil is in. All
We
right.
give it a now we should test. to
Okay, now
see-
you want to test it?
Yes. To
Okay.
see where are we. And next we'll add our prawns.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing already. Okay, so now our prawns are
So
going in
now-
next.
The prawns going in.
Okay. Okay.
Frozen.
That doesn't take time at all.
No.
So, yeah, in the meantime, we'll have our water on the fire boiling. So our semo is
We
also
can
getting
start.
ready
Yes.
to be made. Yes, and you need a turning stick for that one.
The turning stick for
So our
semo.
grandmas also taught you to turn our Nigerian food. And okay. All right,
So
let's see. I want to watch this particular part. So the water is ready. Do you need help with that?
Yes.
Okay.
You can start pouring your
I can
semo.
pour. Is that okay?
A little bit more.
Should I add more?
A little bit. Enough.
Okay. It's coming together. It's coming together. Nicely. Nicely and nicely so.
It should be smooth and nice cook.
Yeah. So definitely, Nigerian food is not something that is not only something you enjoy. You also enjoy Nigerian fashion because most of your videos you actually dress up with whole agbada and everything.
You know that, yes, it's a culture. It's a full story.
It's a
It's not
full
only
story.
about, you know, cooking. We cook. Yes, we enjoy our meal. You know, like, because the chef is an artist at the end of his day.
Very true.
You know, I don't sing like chef doesn't sing
Yeah.
but he make use the 5 sense of your own. So before the food it has been served, you already smell
You
them.
smell it. True, true, true.
And then you see it,
see it,
the second
yes,
sense.
yes.
Then you test, you use your tongue.
Yeah.
Then the texture.
You feel
then
it.
you hear how they chew your food. So it's a journey.
Everything is a
It's
total journey. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, we have still so much to come right here, but do not forget, we're going to have a very interesting conversation with Chef Mohammed still on the couch before the show is over. So make sure you stick around. Right now, we have arts display on the way. So let's check out that. Hey, it's me again. Thank you for staying with us right here on your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. It's Thursday, and Thursdays are usually artsy. So it's a day, and right now I have with me a very special guest. He's right here on my couch, and he has amazing work. I have none other than Victor Anyekan Akpan. Now, he features his works at notable art editions for obvious reasons, because he's so good. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you.
Now, I don't know if it's the texture of your art. I'm seeing a lot of blue, and it just makes it feel very warm and nice. So now tell me about your arts. Why arts? What is it about arts and painting that literally keeps you going?
Yeah. First of all, I would say it's actually passion.
Okay.
It's passion that drives it anyway. Because at times when you look at it, even despite the fact that sometimes there are some constraints that come along producing, trying to get materials, trying to get which is quality, which is not quality, all those things. But, you know, all these things try to discourage me, but I still look at it as passion still drive. Even there are some times I have spaces where I don't work. I just look at it, I've not been doing anything. But because of that passion, I still feel like, no. I'm desperate. I think one of my artwork was inspired by that drive. In fact, I had to title it Burning Desire. And
oh, wow.
That's the abstract you see. Sometimes, if you look at it, it's not figurative. So you might just want to, it's thought-provoking. You might want to ask, like, why these?
All right, I'm actually looking forward for that particular one. So now let's talk about the art pieces. Let's talk about the one closest to you now. I like what I'm seeing. Weirdly, from far, I thought she was wearing a headphone.
No.
So now tell
Okay,
me
that's
about
what
this
it looked
particular
like.
piece.
Okay. Anyway, I think this idea of identity came to mind at some point. So I was trying to, it looks like I was scrambling Africa, like I want to see some things in Africa, just beyond my own space. I've been in Lagos for a very long time, and I see so many things about Lagos. But now this time around, I felt like, okay, I need to just read. Then I look up the Mosi tribe in Ethiopia. Then I read a little about them. Then it becomes very fascinating. And I noticed that was the oldest tribe in Ethiopia. It's around, I think the location is around Omo Valley. Then that was where the idea of making this piece. I did some series anyway, but I have two of them here. So I did these, and this is that intensity I saw. And that was what drives me to push this. And if you notice most of my artwork, you notice there is this, I'll still use the word intensity.
Very true, because I saw one that flashed on the screen. It was a lady looking intently at the camera, and that actually caught my attention. So why? What is it about intensity and you and what you do?
No, I think this just it's just a natural. I just feel like there is always a connection in the eyes. I think if you notice my work, you will notice that connection. You can read, or it looks like you can communicate with my subjects when you look at that connection in the eyes. And sometimes they are always intense because I literally focused on the eyes. I know that's where I send my message to my audience.
Okay, so now right this one right here, there's not, this one is calm.
It's calm, yeah.
Calm. So tell me about this specific piece.
This piece, I had the model to just, I needed something that is more, because I know that most of them have been like, I think it's the current situation around me that has been driving it. It's just more like force. Then I say this time around, I want something that is more subtle.
Yeah.
Then I came with this idea.
All right, okay. So now what type of paint? Is this oil on canvas?
No, this is acrylic on canvas.
Oh, this is acrylic on canvas.
Yeah.
All right, so now tell me about these two guys.
Yeah, I do watercolor works as well. This is one part of one medium that is, I think I'll use the word sweetens me.
Okay.
Whenever I want to be happy, I just want to play around myself, then I go ahead to just make watercolor. I use the word play because I pick my watercolor and I want to play around with it.
Play around with it. I love the fact of how you can mix water and color and literally get a human face out of it. Now, let's talk about that one that's down there. So I noticed most of your shots are usually profiles and portraits, right? Portraits. But we have an abstract one right down there. So tell me about that particular abstract piece. The green one. Yeah, so tell me about that one. What is the idea behind the image?
This abstract piece, anyway, it was after I finished, I noticed, because I looked at myself and I said, something made me do this. And I actually titled it Burning Desire. There was this drive. Now, at some point, I was incapacitated. Then I felt like, I have not done anything. I need to do something. Then there was no idea. Nothing was coming forth. Then I picked up the canvas was just blank. I was looking at a blank canvas, and I know something needs to be done. I need to produce something. Then I picked up my colors, and I looked at it. I just splashed one color on it, and then that was where the drive came. The drive came, and I started making.
So what did we end up with? Did you give it a name when you were done?
That's the name, Burning Desire.
Burning Desire. Okay. So a lot of people say you can actually transfer emotions from in your head to a canvas. So would you say that is actually what happens?
In fact, I think that's my line.
Okay.
Because most times it's the feeling. If you notice some of the works, like the portraits you've seen so far, you notice that's why I use that word intense. They are always intense. So I try to attribute it to the situation around me, the kind of things I see, what is happening around people, and I notice, especially if you look at the situation of things right now in Nigeria, there is this saying, pressure tiwa. That pressure, I see those pressures, and I try to relate those things also into my portrait. Then you see those looks there.
All right. Okay. So you don't even necessarily need to be painting what actually you're seeing, but whatever you decide to paint, you can also always translate that into
what I feel.
What you feel, you can translate that to paper. I think this is actually really, really brilliant work. So how long would you say you've been doing this for? How long have you been painting for?
I've been painting, it's over 10 years.
Over 10 years. And how would you say, is it lucrative? Is it a lucrative source of income?
It is lucrative.
It is lucrative. Right here in Nigeria, or like you have more of international audience? Because they seem to appreciate the arts more.
They do appreciate that. In fact, the truth is, if you have access to international collector, you make more fun.
The way you did your hand.
Much.
Yeah, okay. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. So now, what would you say is the biggest challenge you face in Nigeria as an artist? And how would you say, what would you say you would like to be easier when it comes to your pieces? And then probably like, I don't know, what would you say your biggest challenge is?
And one of the biggest challenges is to break into the market, and to break into the market. I think the art scene, it's not like the regular industry, like some other popular industry that's the way it's thriving. Art is, I think I'll use the word, art is not for everybody. Like art pieces are not for everybody. They are not the popular commodity. I want to buy shirt, I want to buy clothes, everybody. There are few people, and these are people who actually appreciate art. I'm using the word appreciate because I know so many people like art, so many people love art, some people, why, this is beautiful, I like it. But their ability to value it, might not be there. In fact, sometimes I see, when I move around, I notice in Lagos now, art is being appreciated like in our environment, but I still see people deface this artwork. And these are the same people that will tell you, I love art. But they go ahead, they pay bill on them. So it looks like the value, the value that it is not there.
Okay.
So I think those are the challenges, people to value
it. Amazing. I think what you're doing is brilliant. I definitely would love to see some of your pieces and probably own one day. Yeah, we'll have that conversation. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so very much.
All right, you're welcome back. In quite a different format we have today, because today on the couch with us, we have our chef from inside the kitchen, Chef Mohammed Baidoun, a.k.a. Amazing Chef.
My amazing people.
You're made for TV already, you know.
You see, when I see people who love what they do and are passionate about what they do, I want to listen to them. Because the way you go about what you do, would you do anything if you were not cooking? What else would you be doing if you were not cooking?
To be honest, it's a very hard question for me. You are asking me because, like, since I was cooking, because cooking, like, is not a work for me. It's a passion. It's a love. It's something that I do with happiness.
So when did you discover Nigerian food? Because you're from Lebanon, yeah?
Yes.
You're Lebanese, and Lebanese food is fantastic. In fact, people leave Nigeria just to go there, just to eat and then come back. That's what the tourism agencies here in Nigeria put forward as the big deal if you're going to go to Lebanon for maybe like a week, the food. But then you discovered Nigerian food. Why? How? Where? When?
Tell us that story.
Yes, you know, in 2018 I came to Nigeria. I have a job employment, so from there, and we move forward. That, to be honest with you, my first experience, like, it was a street food in Nigeria, and it was very bad experience. I had food poisoning, but from there, I take it and I go forward with it. That I need to take the hospitality industry in Nigeria to another level, because when I visit the market, when I see all this food, you know, like, I crave for this food, so I approach this street food and I eat it. But I say, like, it's not gonna be done here. My journey is not done here. So we need to push forward to bring the industry more higher and higher.
Different breed. How do you come and you have a passion for Nigeria?
For Nigerian food,
I'm trying to
exactly.
understand. You suffered a case of food poisoning, and then you decided. It blows my mind.
And most people would like resign
Yeah,
there and they're
resign.
like, not doing this.
Who, this experience will push them away. It has happened to people because, oh, they feel like this is not for me. But you decided, what kind of a person are you?
I'm the amazing chef, but you know, the thing is, like, you visit the market, you visit the people, you see the stores, you see all these fresh ingredients in front of you. That, man,
It just makes you excited.
it makes me excited that I need to work with it. I need to create my own things to bring the flavor out from it. You know,
I've seen lots of your videos on social media, how you prepare it, even with the native scene, the native utensils and everything.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
look at
Yeah, there we go.
The pounding with the
piston and
the small
and you're
mortar
using firewood sometimes and all of that. But my question now is, what has been your most challenging Nigerian food
dish
to
to cook.
prepare?
they show.
Isheo.
Yes.
Why? How?
Why and how? Because, you know, the cutting of the heads, the procedure of it, all of this, like, it takes time to get cooked. This is the most challenging, but the challenging, like, is hard to get it. There is nothing that hard to get it till you want it to get done.
It's fulfillment at the end.
You see, how did you learn? Did you go to someone to teach you? How did you learn to cook Nigerian dishes?
Okay, so I learned as we go to a lot of Owambe on Saturdays.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Welcome.
We visit. We visit a lot of grandmas. You know, I ask a lot of people, but only one thing I don't do, I don't go Google.
You don't Google
Don't go Google, because Google will give you artificial things.
Yeah, that's the word.
I understand. I understand what you mean.
So I go to the main resources, deep down, and I dig in. And, you know, like, let's say your grandma and his grandma, they are neighbor, but your grandma will cook this recipe different than his own grandma.
Very true. Very, very true.
Okay, so you mean after your one you go to meet the families and you learn from them?
100%, and I create my own twist
Nuance to it,
for
yeah.
this food.
That's beautiful. That's fantastic.
That's quite.
So
you said you came because of a job. Did you resign that job? Are you still doing that job?
Actually,
how does it go?
So my journey started at Eric Kaiser
Okay.
in Lagos. I opened Eric Kaiser VI and I opened Eric Kaiser V Ikoyi, and then I moved out to WBA.
Okay.
We did the first renovation, second renovation, third renovation. We did Jay's Diner, and then I consult for them for Brisk Lagos as well. It's a brunch, breakfast kind of.
Okay,
thing.
so apart from the cooking, you don't do it.
And as well,
it's full time.
No, now let's say I see some small businesses or big businesses that they are crushing. They need some helps. They need some
so you help prop
consultancy.
them up, yeah.
So it's my job here to come and involve myself and lift your business up.
That's very interesting, because if you're the one
Amazing.
lifting up Nigerian businesses that
Amazing.
have to do with Nigerian foods, how are the local chefs taking it that this guy from Lebanon
Yeah, how
is
do you
coming
relate?
to,
How is
you know, is there any conflict?
There is always challenge. In every country there is challenge. So you cannot like say it like Nigerian and Lebanese. Everywhere this will happen. Like, let's say you come out to Lebanon, so as well you are challenging. It's the same thing that will
Yeah.
happen.
I
So
understand.
it's
That's what you
everywhere.
mean.
I cannot take it personally or something.
Okay.
No, it's type of fun for me.
Wow.
Okay, teach me your culture. I teach my culture.
Very interesting.
wonderful. Tell us something about Lebanon, about you growing up.
Yeah,
Tell
exactly.
us a bit
What's
about
it like?
Lebanese culture, growing up in Lebanon.
You know, growing up in Lebanon, it was a quite good experience. You know, like we grew up in a poor family, but It was well, so I was into going to work when I was 14 years old to support our families, and we move on like
I'm
this.
sure that's where you developed your business acumen.
Yeah.
And all about
100%. And the good thing, like in Lebanon, that you can go to the beach and go to the mountain for the snow in 2 hours, and you can face everything at the same times.
Wow.
And diversity of spring and autumn and winter of all the season as well will help you to get some multiple and division of fruits.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It is.
So now you're a social media sensation, yes?
You can say so.
How are you handling that? Who's your biggest audience? Is it the Nigerians who are seeing you make their foods, or is it the Lebanese people who are like?
No, my audience is Nigerian and African in specific. This is my audience.
Okay.
It will diversify between Africa and the US and someone in London as well. I have so many audience.
It's cocoyam, I can see there. What's your favorite dish, Nigerian dish to
Yes.
Amala Iwedu.
Ah, boom, 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 boom. We didn't even hesitate. We didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
Which is very funny. Now that is also my best Nigerian dish.
Wait.
Wait, Mike, let me.
We come and tell them a
Listen,
story.
listen. So I have it specially, and maybe you should try it out too. I have amala gbegiri and ewedu. I have the innards, maybe a bit of tripe here, a bit of roundabout, you know what we'll call roundabout,
And the final-
liver,
Pomo.
and then the final one, the biggest part of this, which everybody should try. Have it all in the same plate with an egg. What's that, huh? Even you? How dare you?
No, I never heard about it.
Try it out. Try it out. The egg, the egg is that substitutes an entire chicken. That's a full chicken you're eating inside of your meal.
I heard about this one.
Yeah, so try it out. Please, please, you are the best. You are the. I need you. I need you. I need you to propagate. I need you to push this out there.
I need to say something.
Let people know
Watching
about
him
this.
eat it is trauma on its own.
No. Wow. It's a beautiful combination, and I love it. I came up with it by myself. And
How you came out to this? How the egg came out to your plate?
You don't want to be egg and soups here. When you're one thing in Nigeria, like when we're done with the soup, like it's the bottom pot and we're done with all the meat, and there's nothing left, and it's the final soup. I say, what do I get? But we boil egg, throw it. So that's what some people do with soup.
exactly.
A good
That's
sea
it.
and all that. So it's the final. So when you're
Yeah.
done with all the meat,
The final
and
result.
the last part of the soup, and throw one egg inside.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's how
So that no, you are correct. So I had no more protein in my soup, and there was still amala and still gbegiri and ewedu. What to do? Boil an egg. Ooh, it tasted nice. You know what? Let's just make it a mainstay. So there you have it. Fantastic combination. You should try it out.
will try it.
Put it on social media. Thank you. Victory at last.
Wow, amazing.
Amazing, isn't it? So tell us what we're having today. What are we having? Why is it? Was it your choice for Wake Up Nigeria, the fisherman
The
soup?
fisherman soup, because it have a small twist that the prawns head, we fried it with some onion, some water, we stock it out, we blend it with some pepper, and we add this head fish stock to our soup. So it will give you more delicious taste, and now you will confirm when you will taste
The
it.
aroma is amazing already.
Now, you know, normally on this segment, we invite our guests to the kitchen. But I think in this case, it's going to be different. You are the one who's going to be inviting us into our kitchen. So is it? Can we already go to the kitchen? Are we good to go?
How can one person be 30 BG?
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Nice. Well, our meal is here, and Chef Mohammed did us this honors of making semo with fisherman soup. Now, it's not amala and egg. But, you know, we're just gonna slide it over to you.
It is
Try it out.
time.
Tell us exactly what you think.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
It's amazing.
I'm going to save this one for after, but I'm looking forward to what's on the inside. What are these?
Oh, advice to start from the top.
See that crab?
It's a special advice.
Let me start from the top then.
Start
Okay,
from the top.
fantastic. I'll take the smaller one first. After dipping it
So,
in
Mike, you
some.
don't eat all these things here. Like this.
You don't not the prawns. Is the snail, the sperm.
All right, guys.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Wow.
Keep talking, guys. Keep talking, guys.
Wow.
Wow, you're serving Mazino water.
This was not cooked by a Nigerian, but I dare say, tastes even better. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chef Mahmoud. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You done did it.
It has been an amazing show so far on this Thursday edition. Tomorrow is Friday, the penultimate for the week. So make sure you keep it locked right here, and we'll join you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.